We have Ludwig Kaiser popping out of the garbage can? We got Ludwig Kaiser in a dumpster. I have not signed Ludwig to this whatsoever. Oh my God! Through the window! Like, seriously. We had Ludwig Kaiser hiding in a dumpster with a sneak attack on Walker Pipe Guy. And then R-Truth busts through the glass out of nowhere? Takes out Ludwig, takes out Andre. And Walker defeats Andre in a backstage brawl? I'm going to have to sort out the details. I got a willing to go through heaven and earth to get that champion. Although, look out. Look out. Canadian Destroyer on the button. This might be a lookout. Single leg crab. Canadian crab by the toughest Canadian. Kayla J's got it down. She's got it deep. And Kayla gets the tap out. Wow. And hold you taking the turnbuckle off. That's dirty. Referee doesn't notice it yet. What has Jackson got planned? Oh no. Oh no. Ontario, I hope you didn't need that arm for anything. Dirty, cheap, or not honorable like the PCE. Hey Charles, just remember, you're not in this match. That was 30 years ago. Oh my God. Kick to the face. We're done. And Diamond gets the victory over Anna Reyes. This security quit. He beats dogs. Hey, you know what? It depends what you consider a dog. We've had a few dogs running around here. Yeah, we got... there's been a lot of chaos tonight, to say the least. Sorry if I'm a little spent here, but... ever since we had that brawl, we had to bring everybody out. Got to give him credit. At least he's beaten something. Fair enough. This. Look at the power of Walker. Press slamming Andre onto that. Oh, God. That concrete barrier. I'm surprised his back isn't broken in half. Oh, my God. What? We have Ludwig Kaiser popping out of the garbage can? We got Ludwig Kaiser in a dumpster. I have not signed Ludwig to this whatsoever. Quick cover. Reversal. Oh my God, the retro ball's got on a roll up. Ontario just couldn't get out of that cover. Oh, super kick! Let go! Third! Let go! Super kick party! Yeah, pay the money for that. They seem to be really feeling. There we go! Let's go! Let's go! No doubt! Over the foul pole! Let's go! I'm getting notes here and notes there and notes. Stimulation is the key word here. Lots of stimulation. Hey, yo, and away we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wednesday night edition of the AEW Dynamite Sidecast. The first of two in a row this week. Good to see everybody here. Unfortunately, I put the wrong color of the lights. There we go. Now I look more human. DLW, that is, this is the symbol for the Motor City Machine Guns, because Detroit's the Five Lakes. The whole symbol of Michigan, Detroit, yeah.
We got a lot to talk about. Where do you guys want to go first? There is so much going on tonight. First of all, thank you everybody for being here. Appreciate you. Yeah, well, they haven't confirmed it, but they're pretty sure of it, Iceman. So, if you guys didn't know, there was a young man that was found missing. He was an autistic kid, 11 years old, who went missing in Calgary, and they just found the body just a couple weeks later here. So, unfortunately, we got a little bad news to start the night, but, well, all the condolences to the family and that. So, no, you didn't, Zodiac. It is a bit of a dark thing, but you know what? We're not going to let it hold us down here tonight. Just, there you go. Everybody, let's get it all out here, and then we're going to get into this, because you know what? We got to turn things around here, because, well, let's put it this way. Where do we want to start here tonight, folks? Do we want to start with Kenny? Do we want to start with potential beginnings? Do we want to start with that video? Do we want to start with Triple H fucking up again? Where do we want to go here, folks? Like, we got so many headlines. You let me know where we should go. To all Blue Jay fans.
Swinging a drive. Get up, ball. Get out of here. And gone.
No, it's all right, Iceman. It's all good. I not much more you could say. They put an alert out for him for a couple weeks here, and they just, yeah. Actually, it was very frustrating for both of us here, because I was watching that game today. And yeah, that second run we got, I think it was 2 bloops and a missed ball. The ending changed everything else, but let's take a left turn here. Let's get into wrestling-wise here. And first thing I want to say, congratulations to Triple H on effectively trying to be that coach that is trying to take the blame off his players for a poor performance. If you guys heard on Busted Open WWE, which I guess we should call it Busted WWE at this point, Triple H went on there and he basically said the fans should focus on the wrestlers, not on the writing. My answer to that is, well, if you created some characters that were worth it, we want to get behind the performers. You just need to give us a reason to get behind them. Ugh. He did sound like a coach that's trying to take all the blame away from his players and put it on himself. Just because everybody's shitting on him all day today. I know I've been he's not wrong, but he said yes to Unreal. Well, whatever. Is AEW secretly pushing Adam Cole on social media? Do you think he's going to do a shock return to All In or Max? Hey, Jeff, by the way, good to see you. Sorry I didn't get to you right away. Oh, he's an absolute hypocrite. He always has been. He's not a hypocrite. He's where the money is. Busted all wait. Busted WWE is what we're calling it. Honestly, I'm going to hope for an Adam Cole return, but I'm not going to count on it. It's like every other one of these returns that you guys are... Oh my God, they got it presented by Mortal Kombat. Let's go! The national title three-way is sponsored by Mortal Kombat. Let's go. Fighting games forever, folks. Fighting games forever. But yeah, I haven't seen the set yet. It looks like it's going to be fun. But yeah, when it comes to Adam Cole, when it comes to the New Day, by the way, if you guys haven't seen the New Day video that they showed that about being released today, which I got a feeling has something to do with tonight, Moxley versus Commander. Well, there's our story with he's going to destroy Commander to show Will what he can do. Oh. All right, we're getting a bit of a preview for last night, but you want to talk about a little bit of overstimulation today? I think that's what we've gotten. I know it's in the intro, and there's a reason for that. But, yeah, just the New Day video that showed, like, all the little details in it. And I got a weird feeling. I know, Nats, you're talking about Motor City Machine Guns. I'm thinking Cream Kofi. I seriously am. I think it's going to be a swerve. I'm going to say, I'm calling it right now early. Persephone wins the title tonight. They didn't want to do a heel title switch. That's my call for tonight. Have you guys got any crazy predictions for tonight? Feel free to throw them in the chat. I know Nats has already thrown out his Motor City Machine Guns one, so he spoiled his. I think we get a Persephone victory, personally. Kari the Gravure Queen, yeah. So, if you guys don't know about this segment here with Omega hitting Ospreay with the One Wing Angel, this actually calls back to Bullet Club lore. Because this is what Motor City Machine Guns tonight, New Day tomorrow. No, they won't do it on a tape show. This is very interesting where Mox is sitting in the back. Oh, they brought up Shark. Yeah, it was AJ and Kenny that they did that. Kenny did that to AJ way back when in 2015. Thought New Day was cleared enough. Yeah, I believe it was today. Because, Styles, if you go on socials, Austin Creed actually posts something on his Instagram and X. It's a 2-minute video, and I hope that I hope you're ready to cry if you watch it. And yes, the Motor City Machine Guns were cleared last week, so we are all over the place. Like, there are so many potential things that can happen. What do you see happening with Hangman? I love him to go back to the guy who beat Swerve in a brutal match. Even the music was better. Here we go. Do yourself a favor. Yeah, Rhino will probably be on tomorrow's show. I would guess tomorrow's show more than today's. Double debut wouldn't be the worst. Well, Garcia tried to clear some tension. They were here for one match. It's a debut. No contract, no... Yeah, that was a hit. Hey! Speaking of Hangman. At least the crowd's dying down the chant real quick because they know this is an important area, important part of the match or show to talk about here. This looks like, nope. I call it a 6-way down in Mexico next week. Yep. Or you're going to die. Don't trust Hangman. I don't trust anybody from Virginia. Just thought I'd throw the 3 dot. Hey, Natch, just show up in 2 weeks when you want to get those titles, all right? Yeah, this is gonna be touche. There you go. No, that's an interesting promo to start. For anybody that's trying to say that AEW doesn't have stories and everything going through, they basically summed up Ospreay's story for everything. And this is what I was saying. This is what I was saying at the end of Revolution, if you guys were around. Or Redemption, sorry. At the end of Redemption, when we were talking about the story going forward has nothing to do with the Omega. It has nothing to do with the Death Riders. It's the fact that you have Will Ospreay, will he or won't he pull the trigger? And we're going to get a moment where that trigger's either going to get pulled or it isn't going to get pulled. So we're starting with the national title right off the bat. Shawn Michaels, you might want to trademark your gear again. Hey, you're stealing El Idolo's line there. Taking the pictures with the ladies. So this little feud here, it's one of those where Nick Wayne and Jungle Jack Perry have a feud, and Jack Perry challenged El Idolo for the title. So then they just literally turned around and said, all right, well, I'll just tag along for the match. I love those build-ups. The only issue is once there's a payoff, the ensuing title reign is hard to plot out. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. There's not going to be a shortage of challengers, at least. It will be a bit of a letdown, and that's actually why I enjoyed, and we've lost that card to play, unless we get a TNT title change. Usually at All Out, it always used to be the world champion taking on the TNT champion. But we did that at Redemption, so I don't know where they go from there. Because you're not going to pull the Fletcher card this quick, are you? I'd almost think you'd almost have to pull Moxley out. But do you want your first title defense to be against Jon Moxley? And I'm going on the wild assumption that Ospreay's winning. Mainly for the fact I don't want to see New York too, why not? But Wembley and London not get burned to the ground. Really nice setup here, I do have to say. Like, real comfy, comfortable. Oh, MK2's on Max now. That's why. Okay, that makes sense. I'm going to have to see if it's available on Crave up here in Canada. I don't go out for movies. That's just... I don't leave the place. That's all. So, once again, everybody, thank you for being here. Sorry, a little bit of a gap to start off, but that promo seemed rather important. But it's nice to see that Wayne's getting a shot here. Perry, well, it was his title originally. Well, technically that's the Three Amigos because he suplexed two people at the same time, right? So yeah, I don't know where we go tonight. I know everybody's here talking about debuts and such, but once again, I'm not gonna mind it. I will lose my absolute gourd if they show up. If they're gonna show up, I do feel the spot where they will is during the if this face-to-face between the Bucks and the CNC Wrestling Factory's in the ring, we'll get our debut then. Uh-oh. You can never go wrong with a redhead, folks. I have no idea who that is. I understand they have no souls. That's why they're extra dedicated to you. Well, there goes Wayne's knee. He's only been out for a year because of it. Oh, that was his ankle. So... Oh, and for those asking as well, for Backbreaker Pro Wrestling for tonight, we do have our last two round robin matches in the Forged by Fire round robin. Charlie taking on Snow Penguin and Amanda Reed taking on Ophelia Payne. And then in our main event tonight, we are going to have Andre C. and Walker Pipe Guy in a dumpster match. Plus, I will have details as to more of the card as we're building it up. There we go. Men's Casino Gauntlet match. We're going to get some details. I wonder if they're going to get two gauntlet matches in. I would assume so. Notice AWS is a Roman Reigns type. Well, here's the deal. Saturday we determine who the challenger is going to be for the title. I can give you a full rundown of what the card's roughly going to be here. Well, at least the feature matches. We figure out the challenger on by the way, once again, wrestling schedule breakdown here. Tomorrow, AEW Collision, 8 p.m. Eastern. Be here, be seen. Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Mountain, we will be here for BPW Madness. We're going to do some MLB after that, but BPW Madness is the key thing there. The main event of BPW Madness, we're actually going to break up the Hell in the Cell matches up here. So I mentioned that we're going to have two of them coming up. The one we're going to have this Friday will be the team of Lux and Loggers versus Snow Penguin and Ophelia Payne, as we get rid of that rivalry. And then on next week, Wednesday, that'll actually be after Grand Slam Mexico, which, yes, I understand it might be a late show. The winners of each pool for the Forged by Fire tournament will have a fatal four-way match. Winner of that will have their match first on the PLE. Therefore, they get the easiest schedule to the final. So they got the biggest break in between and whatnot. So, and whoever gets pinned gets the last one. So they get the worst turnover. And then in our main event for that one, we are going to settle the rivalry between Zodiac and Hoju. Inside the confines of a solid steel cage. And then, for the Saturday, the 8th, I will not have a stream. Unfortunately, I will be away that day, so that's going to be one of the first collisions that I'll be missing in a while. Well, I think since Christmas, I missed them because of the early start time. Fortunately, one of the BPW wrestlers is getting married that weekend, so unfortunately, I will not be available here. But yeah, I do have the final card set up, and I will give you guys a breakdown. Unfortunately, I've had to make the decision to switch editing software for my thumbnails and such, so I don't have any of the graphics done. Damn it, I'll have the graphics ready. Hopefully for next Wednesday, I'll have them ready. With the amount of streams I got to go through over the next few days, I don't know if I'll have it ready for Friday. So, because we got AEW and Backbreaker Pro tonight. Tomorrow we got the debut of Halo, and then we got AEW Collision after that. Friday is BPW Madness, so it's a day earlier. If it was on its normal Saturday, well, wouldn't have that problem, but with all due respect, I ain't going up against SummerSlam this week. He kicked him so hard that he almost kicked himself out of the ring. Gosh dang it. The link of his... Was that the lace of his boot got caught on the back end of Perry there? Now they're saying take your pants off. Like, but how's everybody doing tonight? I didn't get a chance to ask because we just got off to such a hot start to start the show. Besides the obvious stuff that came up here, Iceman, with everybody else here, how you doing tonight? Hope everybody's doing well. AC, I heard that they ordered the wrong part for you. Oh God. Nothing like a destroyer on the floor, huh? This crowd's fired up, and I love it. Wayne knows that Perry's out. They're trying to get that chanted, and Wayne's just like, no, I'm going to beat his ass. You're not even going to get a chance to worry about it. Perry just literally leaped in there at the very last second. Sorry, just trying to check a couple things coming up here, but no, I want to say this has been a very hot crowd tonight. This has been a very... I like it when we get the hot crowds for the small venues. I love all these guys. Everybody's talking about the venue, the site. Detroit's got some kind of feeling that something's happening tonight. I got a weird feeling about that. Oh, and by the way, for those that are wondering, and those that are really geeking out about this right now, it is Shark Week on TBS. So Shark Boy and Guppy were on the pre-show on TikTok, and they've been giving out fish hats all night. So I think tomorrow there'll be a little bit more of a shell. Yeah, I bet. No, Wayne's eating this pin. Wayne's eating this pin if Andrade's not losing. If Andrade's winning this. But here's the other thing. Andrade sort of made a comment towards somebody who mentioned that they're healed up and cleared up. One Mr. Budwell Matthews. All right, that was awkward as hell, but it still worked out. And the fact that they went to the Poison Rana so quick almost made people think that it didn't happen. And a dive. And let's get back in here. And another dive. And another dive. There you go. Now both of them got... Let's do this in honor of everybody. Shout out to Perry. Like, do you wonder... I wonder, and I'm just thinking out loud here, folks. Feel free to chime in on this. You know how they made that big spiel about Perry signing that contract? Could he be winning the championship tonight because he signed that contract? Wouldn't surprise me. I hope not. Hey, you know what? Couldn't be the worst thing in the world. As long as it gets out on the indies like it's supposed to. Personally, I would love to see Andrade win this. And then Buddy Matthews comes out to make a little bit of a distraction. Cameraman, get the hell out of the way. He didn't have to jump over the camera. He booted him. The rope still doesn't work. There you go. You knew if somebody was going to get pinned, it was going to be Wayne. Wayne's eating pins. Oh, it was the producer at ringside that got kicked. So there's one guy at ringside with a headset that is literally going up and talking about timing and such. Shout out to Mortal Kombat 2. We need more Mortal Kombat characters in AEW. Yes, I know the first person that might come to mind for some people is Zelina. I don't know if we'll get that, but... Oh my God. Excalibur tried to get that. Do not do an Ed Boon, please. Nick Wade is some talent, though. Would be good as ROH champ and let Bandito stay focused on AEW. That actually wouldn't be a bad choice. He actually, he was the TV champ, but then he gave it up to Leo Rush as, he lost to AR Fox as he was heading over to the Best of Super Juniors over at over in New Japan there, right? Yeah, I already called it a few minutes ago here, Nats. Come on now. It wouldn't surprise me if ICP's in the crowd. Well, this tells you they're not going to have a national title match at All In. Is Russo also there?
Sir, no, sir!
His gimmick's over in English. How are they going to get it over in Spanish? I almost said Mexican, folks. I caught myself. But I'm just looking at this. I'm like, all right, if yeah, they're not going to let him lose, so he'll get the #1 spot. How you know? I said it before, and I'll say it again. Like, you need to be careful about who you try to predict in all these, because, well... Oh, did you guys hear what Foley said about that whole segment that he had with the Divine Dominion? So, if you go check Mick Foley's Instagram. All right, we get the Brawling Birds tomorrow. I can take that. We'll get to it in 1 sec here. Speedball and Brodito versus the Callis fan. Okay. Random match. Here we come. Yeah, Mick Foley actually tried to play it off the best he could. And he said instead of hearing bow down, he heard bow wow. The fact that he doesn't have a left ear and Megan was on his left side, I'm like very close to passing there. I'll give him a... You'd bark too. I know you would, but... No, that's the excuse that he gave, so... You know what? It was a horrible segment. Honestly, with a lot of part of that show, we could consider it a horrible show. Overall, I don't think it was that bad. The problem is the bar is so damn high for AEW in general that you don't have that opportunity to have a hiccup like this. Was not worse than... Well, there's layers to this, Nats. Come on now. I didn't watch Raw, so I can't capitulate. It'd be good for a Saturday night's main event. Yeah, well, there were 4 or 5 matches there. Like, once again, like Kyle Fletcher and Bandito absolutely stole the show. Hell, for what it was, a cartoony dust-up, I'd even give Jericho and Ciampa a pass. It was a kooky ending, don't get me wrong. But it wasn't the worst thing in the world. And then of course, the Bucks versus Ospreay and Moxley. That not only it was so uncomfortable, it was great. I think that's the best way to say it. It was so uncomfortable, it actually was good. So yeah, I guess the ICP is at oh, they actually brought him out tonight. Apparently, they actually brought out the ICP before the show. So, in the little Tony Khan spot before they start the show. I guess that's one way to fire it up. Unless that was AI, which wouldn't surprise me the least, but. Ha! Here we go. Where's Okada? TKO fears AEW said, that doesn't even look like the building. Hey, Nats, thanks for pumping that in the Discord. If you guys are checking out the Backbreaker Discord, check out the links down below. We don't put exclamation point Discord in here because Discord bots will basically go on you offline and they'll be able to scout into your Discord and Discord hackers are not. Yeah, so that's why I've done that little bit of protection. So on the Discord channel, I actually do have you have to answer 3 questions and I have to let you in. And then, yeah, for on here, literally, I have a link to my link tree for it, but I don't have. Oh, hello. Let's go. Oh, they are teasing Okada versus Fletcher so hard, and I can't wait. Well, Mark Davis getting a couple weeks off, I'm assuming, at this point. I gotta think this has got to be a good week for the wrestlers, too, because if they're running... if they're running Wednesday, Thursday here in Detroit, that means they pretty much get a full week before they have to be in Mexico City for Grand Slam. I know the BPW trucks have to get there on Tuesday to help set up. That was one of the deals we had for allowing Crossfire to go down there. So, but for some reason they wouldn't stick around to help us pack up on Sunday. Oh yeah, by the way, if you haven't been told, we're going to a venue in Mexico City for our next PLE here. So this, I'm guessing, if I had to be a betting man. By the way, I just shout out to Pepsi Phil there for the Pepsi there. I'm guessing that Speedball gets a victory in this match just so he can lose next week. Knowing BPW's booker is cheap, we're going to be at a venue where we'll get stabbed. Well, it is an outdoor venue, so there is a chance for snipers, but I don't think you'll get stabbed down there. I think there'd be more likely you get sniped than stabbed. But yeah, actually, it is a pretty nice outdoor venue. It's not a full-fledged, but... Oh, you paid the cartels? Good. I don't have to worry about it then. I was offering free tickets, and they asked if Zodiac was going to be there, and I said yes. They declined, so I don't know where that came from. Who did you piss off? I'm assuming that's a Fat and Xanadu something. You know what? Those kind of matters. I am going to let you guys deal with that. I was trying to figure out some kind of segue to get your mention of your podcast this week, the Retro Hangover. Did you guys check out Faxanadu, I believe it's called? I never knew about the game until I saw you start to play it on Twitch, so. Oh yeah, it's a show about games, yeah. Hey, no worries. Hey, you're a featured sponsor on BPW, so I got to make sure I get my plugs in, right? It's all about... You know, Mercedes isn't the only one that comes out here and, talks about that stuff, right? I love how the attempted heel... Knox, why do you even bother counting? Sorry, I have to interrupt myself. Ah! That wasn't even a real splash by Brody. You didn't really even need to at that point. You just stood up and those two went flying. Oh, Jesus, Fletcher. I just want to hear Callis have a heart attack here nonstop. Oh my God, deadlift suplex here. Sandbag Jones here. That's what happens when you call it what's called a sandbag. Thursday, best part about Thursday Collision, no NASCAR. Well, Nats, what I've been finding lately, the last couple weeks after we put in that little bit of complaint there, NASCAR's actually finished an hour earlier on USA. So we actually had Bones that was on before us a couple weeks in a row. The medical quarter show. Oh, God. I believe that's a clunk sound there. As we go into commercial break here. Now, the one thing I do like is that we do have a bunch of matches already solidified for All In, regardless of what's going to happen next week on Grand Slam. Would you be disappointed if New Day? I just want them to work. I don't care. Those guys deserve to work, and wherever they go. That's why I say the Motor City Machine Guns more than likely would be better off in TNA if you ask me. Except for the fact those guys can't keep contracts longer than 3 months, apparently. They've been signing everybody to short-term deals, and now they booked themselves into a bit of a corner here. One of the competitors in their TV tournament, who's actually won in their TV tournament, is actually without a contract. So there's a possibility they might not even show up going forward. So just seeing a few people are enjoying the festivities at the venue tonight because, you know, Detroit is actually pretty close to Toronto too, so. And across the bridge and whatnot. And I will say AEW's done a lot better job at turning the post pay-per-view first shows into not complete duds while still given the opportunity to let everybody breathe a little bit because, well, remember, they do have multi-man matches going on right now. What's the pay gap between MLW, Maple Leaf, and TNA for talent? I'd assume it's similar. I don't know the numbers exactly, Jeff. I do know that TNA was asked to cut a whole bunch of money as they were going across. MLW, I don't know their finances, whatever. Maple Leaf, they tape just like TNA one show, like 4 shows at a time. The other thing about the biggest difference between TNA and Maple Leaf compared to MLW, both TNA and Maple Leaf now have national TV money in their respective countries. So they do have more money available to use. Whether they actually use it for the talent or do they give it to the owners is a different question. Bandito Triag. Oh, this is a match I want to see. We'll see these 3. I'd like to see a nice triple threat. Doyle fell over when he shouldn't have there. Beef! 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 Sucks because I had pork for supper tonight. Should have had myself a nice steak. Two and a half. I'd assume Doyle's the one here to stick the pin. Maybe even Fletcher, because Fletcher did eat the pin in the last six-man tag. Ow! Oh my God, that buckle bomb. Up, down, shock treatment. And the Takeshita knee. And Brodito with the save. This cocky little French Canadian. See, if you're going to say that, you got to use the accent. Oh, wow. Nice reversals. Reversal, reversal, reversal. Boom. This is also a great opportunity for Fletcher to sort of gauge out what he's doing with Bailey next week. And vice versa as well, right? Like, this is why you do house shows for a lot of TV tapings. That's why everybody always used to complain about not having the house shows as we go across, because you don't get that familiarity with your opponent. If you haven't worked a lot with them, all you can do is backstage, and nothing can really make you feel different for what's happening in front of the camera, right? Oh my God, Bandito. That's a hell of a lot of strength. Did I like the Waller promo? I did. Whether it's fed or... All I know is the Wrestling Observer just made me laugh. They said all the promo's crap. Tom Lawler's like, no, it's garbage. For me, you know what? It's a lot of what the fans are saying, so it is a lot of fan service. God damn that F5. Well, that was a shot, and that was a shot. Very nice timing on that dive. But the thing is, and I truly do feel this when it comes to anything that comes out in wrestling, period. You can have a great moment. You can have a great time. Oh. Figured Doyle would be the guy to take the pin regardless, but I don't think Bailey would be the one to get the pin. But what do they do because of it? If they don't do anything with the promo after Waller does it, then it didn't mean much. Oh. That was awesome right there. That was pretty cool, that finish right there. Of course, it sets up that, Bailey's not going to win next week, but I'm just a small town bird lawyer. That's an interesting side. I'm just a lonely girl living in a lonely world. As Callis takes off in a quick hurry when they lose, right? When they win, it's fine. But yeah, in an hour, we've had 2 matches. We are going to get a lot of talkie-talkie tonight, which sort of reminds me exactly of what we do get for these post shows, right? Sorry, just dealing with... you're getting those political text messages already. Are you in support of this candidate? Are you in support of this? I'm like, yes, please remove me from this list. We got your number from the roll of expected voters. You can't be too careful these days because we actually had one of the political parties legally steal all our information here in Alberta. So can't be too careful. But yeah, in terms of the Waller promo, it was fine. Like, it's another pipe bomb. It's a lot of stuff that we're all thinking. I think Triple H's response to it is an absolute joke. But what do they do with it? What do they do? It's all about what you do with what you have. You're having a great opportunity to ride off some momentum of something. And the first example we got of that is something during our opening matchup here tonight. They give Andrade the title while he was hot. Yes, we had Mark Davis doing a lot of great things with the title, but the fact that we're going into Mexico next week makes me feel like that was an absolute right call. So you get the extra push on that title by having the local boy come down as a champion. Is it going to do a whole lot for the title after that? Well, we'll have to see. I'll be perfectly honest. I don't see him with that title that much longer. I almost feel like he wins it, and then maybe even Davis comes back and gets a distraction win. And that's where, like we were talking about that Buddy Matthews thing, maybe that's where Buddy Matthews fits in. Or it could be something like, there's 758 members of the Don Callis family? So they're only doing a sit-down promo. Yep, they're just doing a sit-down, so there is no debut tonight. There is no debut tonight. Nothing. Unless they do it back here.
all of our fans in AEW to finally say at All In for the AEW World Tag Team Championships, Copeland and Christian versus the Young Bucks. I mean, we throw around the term dream match a lot, but
This literally is a dream match.
top at the list for a lot of people.
So,
Guys, do you guys want to go first on what this means to you?
anybody else notice that there are 3 water bottles and a cup from McDonald's?
That trip, our kids, our wives, they're coming with us. So this night means the world to us. This is a match I didn't think.
It looks like Cope decided he's stopping Mickey D's instead of the grocery store.
Honor to be in this match with you guys. You guys revolutionized tag team wrestling, and I feel like we kind of did the same. Well, thank you. You didn't kind of revolutionize. You did. You can say it, or I'll say it for you. Thank you. We're looking forward to this too. You know, we never thought this would happen. So we're
And Christian's like, don't suck up to these guys.
appreciate everything that you guys have done to keep tag team wrestling alive. Because for a long time, let's face it, tag team wrestling has kind of been shoved off to the side, and teams like you, teams like us, teams like FTR, they make sure that isn't the case. So also looking forward to it, man. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be a pleasure. It's going to be an honor to get in there with you.
Renee, sorry to interrupt here, but you asked what it means to us.
Yes.
And I can say this with all sincerity. We didn't come back to do a retirement tour, to do a greatest hits tour. We came back, and now that we are the AEW Tag Team
Renee was going to just shut that down real quick, but now it's back.
Tag Team of our generation, and we're the best tag team of your generation as well. And I also just want to throw in there, it's good to know that your wives are coming.
Let's go, Christian!
For me, Renee, this is a legacy, and these guys are made men. You guys are on your second career now. This is 2 careers for you. Your legacy's been made. Our legacy, we're still working on. Our legacy are those belts.
This is debatable here.
Because we win those, you know what happens, right? We become the most decorated, accomplished tag team in AEW history. That's our legacy, and that's everything to us. Because we spent 2 years trying to get those back. I mean, we saw what happened all in last year. We lost everything. We've been down at rock bottom,
All right.
clawing our way back up.
I like where this is going.
In LA, we blew it. You guys were there. In front of our family.
And I can appreciate that. You want to know why? Because between us, we lost our career for 17 years. We were told we'd never do this again. We didn't win a tag team title for 25 years.
Yep.
That's a quarter century. So I understand.
All right.
But please, let's not play that comparison game, shall we?
I just wanted to say something. And you can take it as a warning, I guess.
Fair enough.
I love you guys. You're legends. You've done it all. Okay, but there isn't a thing or anybody that's going to come in the way of us winning those for a record-breaking 4th time. And this isn't going to be Kobe Bryant at the end of his career scoring 60 points. You guys are going to be lucky to get on the board.
Didn't Kobe score 82 in his last game?
Harder, faster, stronger, more aggressive than we've come at anybody ever in our career, because that's our legacy. Those. You know, it sounds to me like you're trying to talk yourself into it, because things are going to look a lot different when the music fades and the crowd comes to their feet and we're standing face to face in the middle of the ring at Wembley Stadium. And you guys are staring across the ring at your heroes.
At your heroes.
Are you going to be able to lift your game to another level like we've always done? I'm not downplaying anything you guys have done in your career. We know how great you are. And to be the greatest, we have to beat you.
We need some heels.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
I just kind of want to piggyback off of that because you guys have these titles. As we said, you guys are on essentially the second run of your guys' careers. But why would it mean more to you guys to be able to retain those titles over the Bucks at Wembley?
Because we're doubted at this stage. Even with
Yeah, there we go. I like this.
the work we've put in, the matches that we've created, the pay-per-views that we've created, there's still doubt. But not to us.
Do you guys feel like you're doubted?
Our entire career has been a career of a chip on our shoulder, being the guys fighting for
So 4 guys that don't think they're good enough. One team's going to eventually not be good enough, is it?
You're too small. You're too tiny. Your style doesn't work. You do too many super kicks. You do too many high spots. You don't have the machine behind you. This is what we do. And you guys are a lot bigger and taller than us and more experienced than us. But we can't forget that we're Matt and Nick Jackson. We're the Young Bucks, baby. And we've been doing this for a long time, too.
I look forward to it.
All right, well, at All In, the AEW World Tag Team Championships on the line, Cope and Christian.
So these two teams really don't need to face each other going forward. Like, this is one of those matches you could lay back and let it happen. But does that look like there's room in the back for another team? Does it look like that? It looks like that. But there's also a point where sometimes we're expecting a little bit too much. Okay, Nats, get your defibrillator out. I say there's shenanigans. I say there's got to be shenanigans somewhere in here. Whether it be a full DQ or we might be getting some peanut butter parfaits here tonight. Now, here's the story going into this as far as I'm concerned. Maya Worlds had the opportunity to have some of the good ones with her in the ring there. And it's been tough to see her keep going. They're opening a DQ next to your work, by the way. All right, that's where the horn. And Maya's been able to, I don't want to say thrive, but survive. But tonight, it's going to be one of those where Maya's got to show something here tonight. I expect that ball to be intercepted tonight, to be honest. Having Persephone as the TBS champion going into in the Grand Slam next week. The CMLL World's champion as a TBS champion. Crowd isn't going as wild as I've been led to believe. Where's McGee out of all this? He's the one saying that the crowd goes over with this. No. Also, you got to remember the crowd's a little bit quiet because they've just dealt with that big promo, right? Because what they had, that promo was almost 5 minutes long. Anything you could do, I could do better. All right, nice little back and forth. This crowd's starting to get back into it here a little bit. Nice double arm drag takeover. All right. That was clean. And once again, just a reminder, we will be here for the Sidecast tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern. It'll be interesting to see. They're doing a double taping tonight, so I don't expect anything crazy to happen. Okay, that looked weird. But it was filmed the way that nobody could really... Oh, God. Yeah, you could eat that. Maya does look a lot better here tonight than she has. I'll admit. We're going to have to see what happens as we get further into the match. Because there's... Where was this? Yeah, where was it? Sunday. Sunday, and then the last pay-per-view. Like, I'll definitely eat my words here. If Maya shows something here tonight, which so far she has, like, it does seem a lot better. It almost feels like the storyline's over. Like, I think TK maybe just sat her down and say, okay, look, we gave you this title. It's a great story. Now you got to step up your game now that you're champion. Because honestly, folks, I would love nothing better than to just be able to shut my mouth about how Maya's, like, I have to grade Maya's matches on two different scales here. One for story and one for execution. I would love to stop doing that. Just to keep things solid as we go here, but I also do like the fact here, throwing it back into something that's positive here. I love how Persephone's starting to develop into this heel gimmick that a lot of people could see it, a lot of people could understand here. Like during that Survival of the Fittest match, she cheated, eliminated two people, and then she got schooled on the, I believe it's the fourth pin. And she's been playing off the pissed off heel ever since. And it's been one of the biggest problems with Persephone since we started here, is the fact that Persephone always had, we didn't know if she was a face or a heel, and everybody just went by looks and ability, and everybody cheered her. Now they're giving an opportunity to boo the piss out of her, and they're doing it. At least they're trying to do it.
Scenes of violence that can be disturbing to some viewers. Discretion is advised. Welcome back to AEW Dynamite. Excalibur here alongside the human suplex machine Taz, the great Tony Schiavone. The TBS Championship is on the line. 3 nights ago, My World defeated Hikaru Shida to win that title, but right now, Persephone, the CMLL World Women's Heavyweight Champion, is attempting.
All right, here we go. Maya's catching back up, but Persephone's got extra. Oh, God. Single leg lion tamer. Now into the ankle lock. Hey, Jeff, no worries. Like, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate everybody being here. It's a lot of fun being here, and I really do appreciate. I do appreciate all you being here. Really, I do. Just do me a solid. If you're on YouTube, hit the like, hit the subscribe. If you're on the Twitch, make sure you hit the follow. Hit the subscribe if you really enjoy what you see in here. As we got a ton of new stuff coming down here down the pipe, apparently. I keep getting these messages, new stuff's coming in, but and do yourself a favor, don't read everything you see on X, because it's just a cesspool of hate. I try to be somewhat positive as much as I can here for you folks. But I'm going to be straight with you. If something doesn't look right, it's something we're not going to deal with. It's funny that High End's one of her signatures, is actually Maya's finisher. And Persephone's just absolutely destroying Maya here. Oh God, here we go. Okay, I can take this. Miss Bozilla, yeah. We're probably still looking at the end of the year before she's ready to go yet. You got to imagine that TK's just dying to get Bozilla over. But she's literally on her first contract still. Damn! Persephone just lays out Maya with that clothesline. Very nice clothesline. Oh. Now I'm just wondering, chat, help me out here with this. Going for a trapped leg German? The only thing it's going to help you with is make you off balance a little bit, but I don't see it really doing much of anything else. Oh, look who's here. Look who's here. Shout out to Sheeta once again, Street Fighter and AEW. Oh, it's both of them. Okay. You know what? I will give Maya credit. That actually worked out. She actually had a pretty good match here tonight. This is probably her best match since she's gotten this main event run. And even the shenanigans, by the way. I apologize, I didn't get that out sooner. Looks like we're probably going to get a women's tag in next week on Grand Slam. Ooh, Mark Davis. Pissed off Mark Davis, please. Really? Holy shit. Okay, let's go. I will take that. That is an awesome, awesome way to go here. The former tag partners, the former twosome of Aussie Empire. I'm looking for a different dance coming out of Chompy there. I believe the dance I'm looking for is the CEO dance. All right, Excalibur's getting into bad singing. Shivani's getting into bad singing. Here comes Willow. You know, in all due respect, it does suck that Tekla doesn't get her spot at Wembley in that position, in that big spot with Mercedes, but Taz looks like he's having none of this shark. He probably isn't because the shark's even bigger than he is. I still say Sharky is Mercedes, but that's just the paranoia in me. Ever since the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man ended up being Adam Page in that one promo. Well, all the Willow signs are there. So our main event tonight technically is Moxley and Commander. Starting to think no debut? Yeah, I don't think so. And that's sort of a philosophy that AEW is sort of shifting into now. Is look at the roster they have. You don't need to have... You know what? With all due respect to Tekla, this is the match we're all looking for. Happy for Willow, but I agree about Tekla. Yeah, like, Tekla deserved better. And honestly, I still believe in my heart of hearts, it's either going to be Tekla and Kyrie at Wembley, or we're going to get a moment with Tekla and Kyrie in a women's Casino Gauntlet match. By the way, we got an ad break coming up. Listen to this. Listen to this crowd. I like Motor City Machine Guns, but don't need... Well, that's the thing. We don't need anybody, really. And if people are going to step up their games, like, I want to give a special shout out to Maya World. Because she definitely did step up her game tonight. But we need to see that week in and week out before we give a full pass, right?
I'm so grateful for you guys all being with me because honestly, there have been doubters along the way.
Who was doubting her? Who honestly would be doubting her?
Not everyone has looked at me, a girl like me, make of that whatever you will, whether that be overly enthusiastic or quirky or chubby or weird, you know. People would look
Well, hell, we're all weird.
like me.
We're all wrestling fans. Weird is a predetermined fact.
They would think it would never happen.
Especially with New Day coming. Well, we'll see. Like I said, we got to determine what... Could you imagine Willow in the New Day? Essentially, Willow would be Big E in female form. Like, with all due respect to Big E, Willow is Big E.
In this past year, I've become half of our first ever women's tag team champions.
I'm just waiting for the Mercedes pop here right away. Because you know she's got to come out.
Mercedes Moné for the TBS title.
Here for it. I really wonder how bad that injury really was. It almost feels like it's one of those injuries that a star player will get at training camp when they want to renegotiate their contract. Just like Vita Vea for the Buccaneers right now, unfortunately tweaked something. Oh my God! I was gonna say, don't let Christian know what your mom's name is ever.
So I did what the warrior princess would do, and I fought. I fought to get into the casino gauntlet. And then I fought a dangerous, toxic champion in
I think it wasn't as bad as initially. I think that's the understatement of the night. I think it was called the bad booking decision.
I love all the love you guys are giving me, but I need you to listen to this part, because this is for all of you, and this is for all of you. If life has been kicking you around, don't you dare give up. Don't do it, okay? Keep fighting. Keep pushing through. Because sometimes
You gotta love this.
the comeback is even better than the dream.
You tell me that isn't a clip that's going to be used forever in AEW? Forever. That is amazing right there, that promo. And here she comes. You want to make a heel out of somebody, that's how you do it. Bring her out right after that. Well, one person was happy to see her. That is definitely an outfit choice. Can I... Is that supposed to be like a garbage bag that you collect all the, all the ribbons in the ring there? Is that what the back of her outfit is? Is that supposed to be like a garbage bag to collect all that at the end? Like, I'm just saying, not saying, just saying. I don't think she's a shark anymore. She's a different kind of shark right now. By the way, shout out to Shark Boy who showed up on the pre-show tonight. This crowd is giving her the Don Callis treatment. Oh. Renee's like, I'll take that. You get...
It is official at All In London Wembley Stadium for that AEW Women's World Championship. It will be Willow Nightingale versus Mercedes Moné. Thank you, ladies.
Renee's like, yeah, no, I'm out. I'm out. This is getting rough.
Mercedes, what exactly is your problem today? What, for 5 seconds people didn't give you all of their attention, right? Or maybe today you're angry because you remembered I beat you after your 584.
She was the beginning of the spiral. The one laying in the ground. Nah, 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 nah. By the way, Brett, good to see you.
The one championship that you just can't get.
Yeah, she had Tony Storm there and couldn't get it off of her.
Do you know what I hate most about you, Willow?
That you're right.
It's not just your stupid smile, or that the fact that all these people love and adore you. It's the fact that every milestone, somehow, your name is written all over my story.
Yep. This is such a perfect match for Wembley. Yes, like I said, Tekla would have been a great pick, but these two have such a history with each other, and I really do hope that AEW explores it going forward. We have been acknowledged! Yay!
And now you are holding the one thing that I am destined to hold, that AEW Women's World title. Do you know how that makes me feel? Do you know how that makes me
Now we got the ECW chant coming in. Now, do we get censored?
pick up the pieces? Do you know how that feels?
I love how she could just take the chance, take everything there, and just, it's mine. You are not. She commands her room so well. You know what the sad part is? Everything Mercedes is saying is true right now. Okay, how's this gonna end? This is hitting a point here. Hey, it's the hockey jerseys. So who's gonna come out and help Willow? Nobody. Oh, here come the Relic Birds. Never mind. Mercedes come along with absolutely like this. This might be one of the best promo. It did evaporate a little bit there. Like Mercedes literally had to do the thing that most guys would want to do and make the Divine Dominion come with two fingers. Take that whatever way you want, folks. But in terms of Mercedes promo, like she nailed it throughout the whole thing. And I just heard a report that, from some of the people in the crowd, that is the loudest they've ever heard a crowd. Oh shit, we got 2 matches left. What am I thinking? Think that's a general thing? Thank you for the hydrate. I was waiting for that. There we go. So I guess we're having the trios titles defended in our main event tonight. Our main event segment will probably be Kenny and Will. Which, I don't know. I almost feel like I do know that it's the main event of the show, and I do know that that's the most important thing going on here. But in many ways, just let it sit for a week. Let Kenny, I know they got to go to Mexico next week, but... And next week in Mexico, you're probably not going to push too much on the All In. But it's almost like you could let it simmer even 2 weeks and not even have a problem. By the way, chat, how many of you are expecting a title change with the Demand win the trios titles tonight? I think there might be a possibility. Just because we want a different storyline going forward. And maybe having the Demand take on a different trio that comes out. Could you imagine if it's like the Motor City Machine Guns and maybe Kofi Kingston? Or Kofi as he's called now. And have Xavier as their hype man? And then we just have the place go absolutely unglued at that point. I know Nats would go absolutely freaking nuts in here, but... No, I'm really happy that even if we don't get any appearances, and I know we keep talking this every week about is somebody going to come, is somebody going to come. It's more about who's already here. Hey, Jaron, how you doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're getting a chance to get a little bit of avataring in if you ever get a chance here. I know I've been really far behind. I am going to be a little late getting into Tokon because I actually ordered physical and I'm getting it shipped in. I was going to go to GameStop for it, but the GameStop CEO said that physical media doesn't matter to him, so I ordered it out of PMP Games out of Winnipeg, who actually started a petition about this stuff, but... So I'll be a few days late getting into Tokon myself. So, but I hope you're doing well, Jaron. We got some new games coming on tap, regardless. So, but yeah, we're watching a little bit of AEW Dynamite available on TBS tonight. If you're in the States, on TSN2. If you're in Canada. Like I said, a weapon of WWE is to have AEW fans essentially speculate who and when stars will show up. Yeah. I completely understand that. Well, Moxley's going to beat up Commander 15 times from sideways. But here's the funny part, Zodiac. It's a double-edged sword with that with WWE. Because you think about it, it used to be that it was AEW. If somebody got released from WWE, they had maybe TNA to go to, maybe New Japan. But now with AEW here, not only can you use a speculation of the level of disappointment that people could have for new stars not showing up, you can also get more people getting away from your product because they're always anticipating that other one coming out. Oh, your birthday's next week. Oh, that's perfect with Tokon coming out next week. As long as you're a fan of Tokon. I don't know what your opinion is of it. But a happy birthday in advance, Jaron. I hope everything for you is going splendidly. If you guys don't know, everybody popped in. Jaron, big Mortal Kombat guy. I actually met him through Mortal Kombat, or not Mortal Kombat, Killer Instinct, sorry. We chatted over a few KI streams, and he beat my ass completely every time we played, so he's one of the best, and a hell of a great guy, too, so. Once again, Jon Moxley is under that category of his motto has never changed. It's the reaction of everybody else that causes the change here, right? Oh, I haven't seen ROH was actually yesterday, folks. If you're wondering, they ran ROH TV yesterday instead of Thursday because obviously Collision's going to be on at that time. Full credit to Commander. I really wish they wouldn't have showed that spot with Commander failing miserably. This will be a fun match tonight. Like, I don't expect it to go all 20. I expect maybe a quick 10, and then we got the... We're going overtime tonight. I know that much. We might even go that extra half hour that we never want. Well, Detroit and Cincinnati, I guess, are relatively close at this point. Oh, yeah, that was 2 years ago. That's right. They really aren't. I'm not good at my geography there, Zodiac. Sorry. I use Bugs Bunny for my directions half the time, so... Should have taken that left turn at Albuquerque. For anybody that's old enough to understand that joke, bravo to you. And Turner's like, you okay? I'm really hurt. AEW's got to be pretty careful right now if you look at it, because if you're looking at this analytically here, like, you want Ospreay to be the face going into All In. Yep, Moxley's getting cheered the way that he is. Omega's going to have no problem being the heel. He's walking into Wembley. That's basically like John Cena walking into ECW. So, did the Machine Guns debut yet? It looks like they probably won't. Unless they're going to show up during the Trios match tonight, Andre. By the way, good to see you tonight. Hope you're ready for your dumpster match tonight. No, we haven't had a debut today, but this crowd's been pretty good overall. If you want to get... You're in a dumpster match with Walker Pipe Guy. After last Saturday, when you decided to jump Walker in the parking lot and hid Ludwig Kaiser in a dumpster to come help save your ass, it would just made sense. Walker's your kryptonite. Well, looks like you got a way to revenge that later tonight, so that's going to be our main event on Backbreaker Pro tonight. Along with our final 2 round robin matches in the Forged by Fire tournament. I love how Turner just pieced out real quick out of that corner. And Moxley just gave the nope. We just... Moxley's trying to give it to, like... If you're thinking if this is an actual shoot fight between these two, you got to think that Moxley would have murdered him already, but yeah, the main event tonight is the Trios Championship, so this should be a lot of fun here. I was having so much fun online, just, regular streamers of Dynamite, but not Collision, kept throwing it up online saying, why doesn't this Trios match have a story? Why doesn't this TBS match have a story? Finally, I reply with the story that's going with each one of these. And I just messaged him privately. I'm like, did you watch Collision? No? Well, that's your own damn fault. You don't know what's going on. One thing I've always learned, A, ask if you don't know what's going on. Don't demand something. Number 2, get all your facts before you start looking at stuff. Because usually, and that's the one thing about AEW, you got to make sure you're watching everything in order to keep up with everything. That's why sidecasts like these, and yes, I'm patting myself on the back here, do help out a little bit, because if you're here to... Why? They decided to run a double round of commercials on me. Son of a biscuit. Please, match, don't end on me here. Shows like this are here to help you sort of fill in the gaps if you miss something. And that's one thing I do pride myself on if I get a chance. All right, we've gone back to another picture-in-picture. Interesting. Yeah, just... AEW's got so much lining behind itself in terms of what it does, but some of the stuff's long-term booking. Some of it's just quick little clips here and there. Like this Persephone match was booked pretty much the Saturday before Redemption in a little promo from Persephone, saying she wanted that title, and she didn't care who was the winner. She wanted that title next week. And for the record, I did not watch the post-show press conference on Sunday. I was just it was one of those shows that I just, by the end of it, the momentum left me rather quickly.
Welcome back to AEW Dynamite live from Detroit, Michigan. Jon Moxley is looking to defend his AEW Continental Championship against Commander. Moxley with the advantage. He's got Commander center of the ring. This submission hold. He's got the head capture Taz as well as the legs. Really testing the flexibility of his opponent. Yes, it's tough to get out of, but Commander being a little bit shorter for sure than Moxley had helped. But Jon was smart to transition quick to a front face lock, which is one of those underrated lethal holds you can put on someone. Is a front headlock, front face lock. Brutal. But Tony, at times it seems that Jon Moxley, the champion, has been frustrated by Commander. Not only his high-flying ability, but his resilience as well.
Yeah, and that goes without saying that everyone gets frustrated going to the ring against Commander, but this has basically been a match on the mat.
Boy, Commander inside cradle. 1, 2.
John barely got out of that one.
Damn. Sorry, just one of my buddies just had a dog had his puppy attacked. The dog got away from its owner. Anyway, Commander's getting all his stuff in tonight. Kudos to him here. Heads up, we got another ad break in about 3 minutes here, folks. Seems like we're not going anywhere for our main event still, but area code shot right in the chest. Could you imagine if they actually pulled that off? I don't know if we all consider it being the opportunity. Oh, it is live tomorrow. Shit. All right, I stand corrected, folks. If they're announcing tickets for sale tomorrow, I guess they are running back-to-back days. We could get a debut tomorrow. And honestly, it wouldn't surprise me because, well, sorry, Moxley just popped me. Just a flippy, flippy, flip. Fuck you. Hit the cutter. But before a major pay-per-view, Tony does like to pull something off that sort of takes the attention away. I know he won't say it openly, but if you remember WrestleMania this year, the biggest talking point going into it was the fact that Darby won the title off MJF on a Dynamite that everybody's like, holy shit, he actually did it. Oh, you're recording tomorrow night? You know what? Things could be always be worse, right? Just do yourself a favor and make sure you're taping the show. Because Collision, you can usually fast forward through a little bit of it, if not all of it. This crowd's loving it, but Springboard 450. I don't know if Moxley anticipated the weight of one commander right there. As we head into the ad break here. This almost makes me wonder, do they actually get through the title change here? This crowd is absolutely going bananas for this. Damn. But it's not going to be to finish him because he can't finish with that. Nope, he's not. There we go. There's a stomp. Mox has just said, no, this is enough. And it's over. That's what I'm going to do when you hit all your flippy shit on me. Marina races from the back to give the title out. So who are they going to do next? Is he in a dog outfit? Is Foley in a dog outfit?
any of you if you can dig down deep and find out if you got the testicular fortitude to finish what we started last night. Tomorrow night on Collision, you know where to find us.
So you're saying you're looking for a fight tomorrow night here, right here in Detroit, Michigan?
Cheap pop.
Any other night, but not tonight. Tonight it goes like this.
All right. I'm glad that Foley's getting the gimmick that he's fucking up all these promos because he fucked the last one up. Now he's fucking this one up. I like it. It works. But as we are going into our main event here tonight, here I'll give you a rundown what's going to be going on the channel this week. After we're done here, we have Backbreaker Pro Evolution. We are going to be featuring the final 2 round robin matches in the Forged by Fire round robin portion of the tournament. It's going to be Charlie taking on Snow Penguin and Ophelia Payne and Amanda Reed. Sorry, it's not Reyes, it's Reed tonight. Both of them fighting for first place and the opportunity to fight for a bye in, or the best spot in the quarterfinals, not a bye. And then on top of that, we do have a dumpster match between Walker Pipe Guy and Andre C. after what we saw over on Madness on Saturday. So, and from there, tomorrow morning, we will be here. We're going to check out Halo Campaign Evolved. We're going to finally get into that just as it's dropped yesterday. And then tomorrow night, we'll be here 8 p.m. Eastern for AEW Collision. Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, we will be here for BPW Madness, which is going to feature Ophelia Payne and Snow Penguin taking on Looks and Loggers in a Hell in a Cell match. As well, we will be crowning a number 1 contender for AWS's world title. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday TBA, or Sunday and Tuesday TBA. Follow my socials. We'll try to get a little MLB in. We're going to do a little MLB after Madness on Friday. The next Wednesday, we will be here. AEW Grand Slam Mexico. We'll be here for that, and then we'll be here for Backbreaker Pro Evolution, which will feature Hoju versus Zodiac in a cage, as well as a fatal 4-way between all 4 first place finishers in the round robin to determine who gets the first and fourth matches in the tournament coming up on Sunday. And then, of course, I want to show you all the first match that's been officially signed. As we get into this, our first official match for coming up Sunday, August 9th, will be BPW Crossfire. It's going to be Game Time Will Jackson and Hoju, and the North American Connection, Seth Ross and Nick Ontario, taking on the Retro Balls in a tables, ladders, and chairs match for the Backbreaker Pro Tag titles. We got a lot of fun coming up here in the next few days, so make sure you guys take the opportunity to check things out. Once again, everybody, I appreciate you all being here. If you're watching on YouTube, please hit the like and subscribe. If you're watching on Twitch, make sure you hit the follow button and hit the subscribe if you like what you really want to see and want to help out. Every last dime that comes in here goes back into the channel to make things bigger and better. I really wonder if they're going to actually keep the titles tonight. I really wonder that. What the hell happened to Tony's mic? He got no bass in his voice. Bishop Khan don't care. He going to take down everybody. So are we literally not going to have this match or what? So maybe we don't actually even get this match. God bless Kyle O'Reilly. Oh, and here comes Ricochet out of nowhere. Doing the angle flip. So we're going to get the bell rung during the break? And with Deporticus sitting in the crowd, the bald chants go absolutely nuts. And of course, Deporticus on there, Josh. Comment is, as long as no bald people win a title tonight, we'll be okay. Yeah, OC, I don't know if you really want to do that to Toa. He just lifted him up by the pockets. This is good. This is going to be an interesting match. At least Roddy's being serious. You get Roddy going on a roll here, and it reminds you quite easily why he was a former Ring of Honor World Champion. Oh, went for the DDT that got blocked. Well, that's how you counter that. And that's how the Demand can do it themselves. Oh, this will be interesting to see if they do the title change. It wouldn't surprise me, but also keeping the titles in sync. And by the way, folks, if you looked at the card tonight, I think it's been a very safe card for AEW. For the mere fact that they have had mostly trios matches, tag matches, three-way matches. Not so much a lot of one-on-one. Moxley's going to work one-on-one because he's a madman. But even the one match I was really worried about, Maya and Persephone, it actually turned out to be a very good match. I think it was also, like, you want to qualify with it being a little bit simpler, but still not that bad. And basically, that's the best way to shut guys like me up, is just to have good quality matches. I want to get to the point where she's having matches I don't even have to say anything about it. And then this one here, like, we really could go 6 ways from sideways here as we get into things. Roddy's just trying to open up here. But yeah, just to be perfectly frank, next week I do expect it to be 2.5 hours. I expect tonight to be almost 2.5 hours at this point. So we'll try and flip things over as soon as we can, but I can't say it's going to be a quick... I'll make it as quick a turnaround as we can, because we only got 3 singles matches tonight. Evolution is going to be a little bit of a shorter show overall, I think. Depends on how long that dumpster match takes. Depends how many more friends Andre's got hiding in the dumpster. But yeah, we do have the full, like, I have the whole lineup outside of one match decided for Crossfire. So I think we'll try to do the official announcements for all that on Saturday or on Friday with Madness. But I will let you know the card right now looks like it's going to be 9 matches for the main show and 3 matches on the pre-show. We're going to get 2 tags and a all-star. The all-star special, I think, is going to be a regular habit for our pre-show. Going to involve most of the wrestlers that aren't on the main card. Beautiful backbreaker. Strong knows backbreakers more than anything I'll ever remember. Like, some of the stuff that Roddy does just absolutely amazes me. And then Kyle, just completely opposite. He's not a catch as catch can as much. He literally is the definition of what a striker is. Attaboy, Ricochet. Hit your own man. Just not even questioning it. Straight into the ankle lock. Oh, let's do it again. Nope, you ain't doing it a third time. I love how Ricochet missed on the moonsault press, but he literally grabbed the leg so quick that nobody could really notice, right? All right, well, we got the... It's going to be a fun card next Wednesday. Yeah, okay. If we weren't going to get the TBS feud, we were going to get... That's going to be fun. That's going to be fun on Wednesday. No outside interference. Davis and Ospreay. Very nice palm strike there. So instead of raking the back, he rakes the top of the head. That's not an OC claw. That's a rake to the head. Which makes no sense whatsoever. Because there's literally nothing back there except like skin and skull. If he hit that avalanche tiger driver, I don't know if Khan would have a neck. Roddy knew enough to get the hell out of the way, even though he was hurt. Roddy at least was smart enough to get the hell out of the way there. Yeah, we're gonna have that Omega and Osprey segment. I'm worried about how long it's gonna take. But just striking O'Reilly one-on-one is almost... Like, Bishop's doing the work here. He's keeping into it, but... There's the high-low. I love how Remsburg does the dive to the canvas on the cover there. Orange is the legal man, though. Yeah, I think bus is the right way to put it. He hit the top of his head. You idiot. All you have to do is bend your head over to counter the orange punch. Little meeting in the middle. Are they going to... Okay. Wow, this is... Shenanigans? Shenanigans? Shenanigan tile change. Shenanigan title change. Shenanigan title change. Let's go. This actually makes a lot of sense. But it also makes me wonder what we're going to do next, too, right? Like having the trios titles on an actual trios team. Folks, you wanted your debut. I got a feeling. I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night feeling. Unless they're gonna lay him out completely. Oh no, oh, never mind. Brody King. Okay, hold. Never mind. Well, Hangman's going to be able to clean house here a little bit. Wait. So who does Hangman hang with? Hangman's got a haircut. So are we going to get... So Hangman doesn't have a team right now. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Adam Page and the Guns? Like, it almost makes you wonder, where are we going with this? Or is Hangman just going to be an honorary member of the... Folks, I got a weird feeling about tomorrow. Hazuki's back. Cool. All right, another Death Riders promo. Yep, I like this. Okay. Oh, fuck, we're doing it tomorrow. Well, they were talking about doing special matches tomorrow. There you go. Garcia and Ospreay tomorrow night on Collision. I'll take that. Shivani's trying to cut a promo and this ain't working. Just a heads up, we do have an ad coming up in 3 minutes here. I got a feeling this promo is going to be longer than 3 minutes, folks, so don't worry about it too much. Oh, we got Miami Vice Kenny here. Nope, he's got a real suit on. I guess he can't really do the Miami Vice thing since the Death Threat, or since Roppongi 3000 have it. Or Roppongi Vice, sorry. So I don't know if Kenny's actually going to be a heel as we go, or is it just going to... He's going into... Like, he'll be a heel at Wembley. That's just... It's Bizarro Land, right? It's Canada to Canadian wrestlers. Or it's Canadian to American wrestlers, sorry. It's... They even have a term gaijin for that in Japan. And Tony's like, I'm piecing out of this. Can you clean up on Al Ospreay? Oh, he doesn't even get a chance to say a word. I'm still tempted to go get one of those jerseys for Ospreay. Still trying to find those Divine Dominion jerseys, but other than that, Ospreay's right next to it. Okay. What do you got planned here? It'll be Junji Ito collection? Maybe. By the way, Homer, good to see you tonight. I just want to see where they go from this. Like, what's Hangman going to use as a partner? It goes back to that big story with AJ Styles way back at Bullet Club. I love this because he literally. But not this time. But not this time. Is he going elite? Well, it's true. He did give up on himself at that time. Well, don't be an idiot and you won't have that problem. You knew that that's where this whole thing was going to start. By the way, welcome back from the break. This is the ultimate respect match between these two.
You weren't one now to talk down to me. You weren't one then. You never will be, Will. And even though I gave you plenty of warnings in your naivety about the Death Riders and John Moxley, especially about John Moxley, you always pretended like you knew better, like you just had to learn the hard lesson yourself. Well, what's your excuse now that it blew up in your face, Will, huh? What's your excuse now?
He's like, I don't want to touch Kenny's mic.
What's my excuse? Yeah. I came back too early for my neck surgery because all I was thinking about was revenge. And when I finally got there, when I finally thought I had my revenge, I let it slip through my fingers. And when I lost that match, I lost every bit of confidence that went alongside with it. See, I feel like I've shortchanged you guys. And I'm sorry for that, because I know you wanted me to walk through that curtain and be the Billy Goat and be the aerial assassin, but my body crapped out on me, and I couldn't deliver it to him.
So he's legitimately going through everything we've talked about.
In that moment, I had no friends I could turn to. No Kyle, no Davis, no Callum. I couldn't even turn to my own hero. Oh, come on. I was always there. You know it. I was always there. You know it. Who was there? Who saved me? The guy that took away my old life. The guy that I had so much hatred for. He gave me new life. He gave me an opportunity. You see, I stood at that moment. I saw that, and I didn't look at the guy that broke my neck. I looked at him as a four-time world champion that could have took me to where I've always wanted to be.
This is awesome right here. This is basically breaking out every single story we've been talking about. I'm sorry to be so silent here as we go through this, but this is just a promo of all promos.
Being a Death Rider. I like the camaraderie. I love the training. Mate, it made me feel like the old version of me when I used to go up and down the town in Japan. And I was going to town to town to town. And I knew I had boys watching my back. I had killers watching my back. And as I got more to know them, I understood why they're so protective over this place. But that is where it ends. I do not share the same philosophy that the Death Riders have, and I don't share John Moxley's way that I can become a world champion. I know how I can become a world champion, and that's by being the best.
All right. I like how they're literally laying out. If anybody wants to learn why this whole storyline's the way it is, this is how you're going to be able to do it.
Wrap around your neck, the same thing that they did to me. I couldn't stand by and see someone that I love go through the same thing that I went through. Oh, is that what it is, eh, Will? Is that what it is? Let me take you back to that night because I sure as hell haven't forgotten. There I am, after a grueling match, defending this belt, the one that you care so much about.
He saw a bag on the ground.
So I can make your dream come true and deliver this to you at Wembley Stadium. There I was, sitting in that ring, getting beat up on, stomped on for minutes, and the minutes felt like hours. And finally I felt that chair. Yeah, I felt that chair just the way that you did. I felt it slip down my neck. I didn't have the energy to fight back. I didn't even have the energy to take the chair off my gosh darn self, Will. So all I could do was close my eyes and accept my fate. And then that's when I heard it.
That's when I heard the people and I heard the cheers. And I could feel the energy. And somehow I knew, well,
Now he's going to bring up the bag.
I knew that you were there and that you'd come to save me. And then when the minutes passed by and it felt like an eternity, I took the chair off myself. I didn't have the energy or the air to cry out your name, but I took that chair off and I stood up. And when I turned around, that scene painted the whole picture for me and allowed me to understand more about you than I've ever had.
So he's going with the lie about the bag.
Holding my belt with a ripped plastic bag at your feet. And the reason why it had taken so long for you to help me was because you thought about doing it yourself. Well, and what made it even
All right, this is where the delusion. That's where we go.
worse, well, was that look you had in your face like you were expecting. Thank you. I thank you for what? I thank you for you saving me from a trap that you set for me yourself. I didn't set the trap. I had no idea that it would.
All right.
You know you're well. I thought you were my friend. I thought you were my friend.
Delusional Omega. Delusional Omega.
I was your friend. Oh yeah, you were my friend, huh? So what am I to you now? Well, huh? What am I to you now? Am I just a challenger? Is this all that our friendship was? This is all it ever equated to, huh? I'm just a challenger, just a guy that gives you your belt and your own down, huh? Hey, look at me when I'm talking to you, Will. You want to be so tough and talk tough to everyone now? Not in front of a live TV camera, huh, Will? You see, that's the thing. Every time
He's not fighting back.
pressure burner, you crumble, and that's the whole reason why you're not holding this, and I am, and that's always why you'll always be a step behind, and why I will always be better than you. And in case I haven't gotten my point across to you, there's one.
There's a receipt.
No matter how much I love you and respect you, you put your hands on me, I will kick the shit out of you, bro.
All right, there we go. So there's the story. They're finally defining how. All right. I love this. I absolutely love this. That does not hit in North America because nobody gives a shit about soccer here.
Can he pull the trigger? You're damn right I can pull the trigger.
Well, he talks a big game, but can he actually do it?
I'm not gonna do it from behind. I'm not gonna do it like Moxley does it and injure you before that day. No, I want you at your best. No excuses. The best versus the best. Cause let me tell you, Kenny, I'm gonna
There's a thumbnail for so many podcasts about tonight's show. That picture of Ospreay with the gun that way. Like literally, that is going to be the pose for so many of these videos coming up. Yes, they ran 35 minutes over. Honestly, for us, we already sort of knew what the story was about this. For a common person who doesn't watch AEW regularly, that was perfect. That was absolutely perfect. They went through every single step about what's going on with this story. The only steps they haven't shown is the history of New Japan. And they got 3 weeks to do. They got 4 weeks to do that. We got 32 days till we get to All In. So they got time to breathe this a little bit. But this is how you push it right away. This is how you explain it right away as to what's going on. And I do have to say, a hell of a night here of wrestling action. As we look into this here, like new trios champs. We got basically a 4-way for the TBS title. We got a 4-way argument going on with Sheeta and Statlander, along with Persephone and Maya World. And Maya looked good tonight, so we'll give her full credit there. We're getting Ospreay, and Ospreay's going to be start sacrificing Death Riders tomorrow, and then we're going to get some other version of the Dogs and the Death Riders versus the Bang Bang Gang. You know, I'm there for it either way. And this turned into a fun show overall here. And next week, Grand Slam Mexico, I can expect just as long of a run as well. So, but because it's been such a long run, we got to get to Backbreaker Pro here. So we're going to wrap up the Sidecast here. Twitch, hang on for a moment. YouTube, make sure you hit the like, make sure you hit the subscribe. Tell all your friends. We will be back tomorrow with AEW Collision. But in the meantime and in between time, that's it. Another edition of the Backbreaker video Sidecast here for AEW. Thank you for checking things out. We will see you.